Okay, good morning, great souls. Welcome to Yoga for Everybody, Chair Yoga Flow. This is our second hybrid class, so we have students in person. It's always lovely to have students in person. So let's begin together with a centering practice in a comfortable seat. Take some deep, full breaths in and out. And just notice as you're breathing how the body feels in the chair, what you're aware of. You can begin with the feet connected to the earth and just guide your awareness up through the body. How are the legs, the hips, the belly, the back, the chest, upper back, shoulders, arms, wrists, hands, the neck and throat, the face, the head. Just a moment of scanning the body with awareness. Take some deep, full breaths and just imagine that your breath, like a waterfall of grace, is flowing through the whole body, clearing and cleansing each body cell of anything the body doesn't need. Our breath is detoxifying, right? So it just carries toxins away with each exhalation. And then as you inhale, receiving not only oxygen, but prana, life force, into the body, into the heart, into the mind. Draw the awareness to the point between the eyebrows. Just gently behind closed eyes, lifting the gaze, just slightly above the horizon line. To draw energy to this point, Yogananda called it the doorway to infinity. So just feel that inner doorway open, offering you insight, connection with your own highest truth. One more deep, full breath, in and out. Hands to the heart center, honoring the shining light of divinity within yourself and within all beings. We'll begin with Namaste. Namaste. Okay, so let's stay seated for our warm-up. So I'm going to come forward on my chair a little bit, just for stability to kind of help. And also, as you move, just play with your own sense of stability here. So let's begin with full yogic breath flow. I imagine the hands like magnets, drawing energy up through the body as I expand wide, and there's a slight arch in the spine. And then I imagine I'm gathering new energy in, guiding it down through the body. I position my feet so I feel stable as I come forward. Release head and neck. It's a nice gentle stretch for the spine as I do that. I inhale up, expand. Just imagine yourself welcoming the day. Whatever blessings are flowing your way. A sense of anticipation and receptivity to the flow of grace. Surrender, release. Finding your own sense of rhythm as you move. Appreciating the flow of prana, life force, within the breath. Very nice. The next time that you come up, we'll stretch tall and exhale, arms down around the body. And then we'll bring the hands to the heart center, first circle of light, circle of joy. So here we interlace, fingers interlace and elbows lift up. We exhale, hands move out in front. Inhale, lift and lengthen, stretch tall, reach to the sky. As you exhale, use the mind to visualize light and joy surrounding you. Now this can be a little tricky in the chair because the back of the chair can get in the way. So we bring our hands behind the back, and you just as much space as you have, you open the front of the heart, release and exhale. palms together, hands at the heart. One more time, inhaling and exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen, stretch tall, release, light and joy surround you. The hands come back behind you, fingers interlace. I kind of lean forward a little as I reach and exhale, release. Very nice. Palms together, hands at the heart. And we'll practice some shoulder rolls. So your hands can stay here on your legs, or you can bring your hands to your shoulders. And we'll just move the shoulders. Nice range of motion practice. You can align this with your breath if you like. It slows it down when we do that. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Sometimes that feels nice to really slow it down and flow with the breath. And then we'll reverse directions. Inhale up, exhale back and down. And just notice, how does that feel for the body today? Very nice. Okay. So from here, we'll practice side-to-side stretching. I'm going to move back in my chair just a little bit. You get familiar. This is what I've found over time with our chairs and our props. So I just instinctively know how to move when I'm doing something. And that'll become natural for you, too, if it hasn't already. So I'm going to put my right hand on the leg of my chair for stability. I inhale my left arm up, lift and lengthen, and exhale over. And I reach through my fingertips. And I rotate my head to the sky. And then I inhale up and exhale down. And as this hand comes down, I hold the leg of the chair, inhale up. So it's just a flow of movement. Exhale over, rotate to look to the sky. Inhale up and exhale down. We'll do this once more to each side, warming up the body, getting a sense of where your body is today. What's working for you, and really noticing what the body needs. Exhale over, inhale up, nice, and exhale down. So this next time we'll come into a stretch, and we want to be careful not to go to, certainly not any pain, or even our maximum stretch. So if you get to that point where you're like, wow, right at the edge of pain even, or maximum, back off a little bit and breathe and see if through relaxation the body will just naturally open for you. So we'll inhale left arm up. And first just really, really reach, and that creates a nice length here. Hand on the chair if you want or need. Exhale over. I feel it gives a nice stability. And then keep reaching through the fingertips as you rotate to the sky. And I'm really noticing, where is my body? Right? Sometimes it just naturally goes a little further. I'm not trying to do that. It's just relaxing. And we'll inhale up and exhale down. And then the other side. Reach nice length first, and then over. That's the exhale, and then rotate to look up towards the sky. A few deep breaths. Very nice. Inhale up. Beautiful. And exhale down. So here we'll extend the left leg forward, and we'll stretch out the back of the leg a little bit. So lift and lengthen. Slide the hands forward. Try to keep the spine neutral, so not dropping the head or rounding the spine. And come just as far forward as you feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. See if you can also feel it coming up the spine. That doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. This is Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend in a chair. On the floor, we would have both legs out at the same time, but it's not a good idea in a chair to do that often. It's easy to be unbalanced that way, and there's no need. So you just keep relaxing. The affirmation is, I am safe, I am sound. All good things come to me. They bring me peace. And then if you like, you can round the spine, release the head and neck. If you have a chair in front of you, you could rest on that. for support. That's kind of nice. I'm safe, I'm sound. All good things come to me. They bring me peace. To come out of the pose, we inhale up, bring the left leg back to neutral, and pause for a moment. Very nice. And now we'll extend the right leg out, lift and lengthen. Inhale, sliding the hands forward. We exhale forward, just as far as you need. I've come forward a little bit in my chair to help. And I see I have one hand on this leg, my right leg, on my left leg, and this hand on the right. That just provides stability for me. Breathing deeply, I'm really focusing on the muscles in the backs of the leg and the extension of the stretch up the spine. Mentally affirming, I am safe, I am sound. All good things come to me. They bring me peace. And then if you like, you can surrender around the spine, release the head and neck. To come out of the pose, we inhale up, bring the legs back, pause in a neutral position. So this is Vajrasana, the firm pose in the chair. If it's comfortable, turn the palms upward and pause for a moment. See if you can find that inner stability, groundedness that Vajrasana offers. It's a beautiful asana all in its own, and a lovely asana between the active asanas. I am safe, I am sound. All good things come to me. They bring me peace. As you relax, see if you can feel the relaxation in the legs and in the back, more room in the body for energy to flow, having practiced that seated forward bend. And then Vajrasana, inner stability and strength. Lifting the inward gaze up toward the spiritual eye. This pose awakens a quality of stability, inner security, solidity, and strength. The affirmation in stillness, I touch my inner strength. In stillness, I touch my inner strength. Very nice. From here, let's practice royal pigeon pose. So we'll take the left ankle and cross that over the right thigh. And we consciously lift and lengthen up through the torso. So sometimes you can imagine the crown of the head is lifting you. Other times I just visualize energy sweeping up, and then I relax the shoulders down. Palms of the hands can be together on the calf. You could be having your hands placed like this too, is fine. This is a little more traditional for the pose. So all ready for me right away in the left hip area, all the muscles I can feel engaged. I'm being stretched there. And so then what I do is begin leading with the heart to come forward just slightly in my seat, and that will increase the stretch. Really listening to the body, keeping the breath flowing. The affirmation for royal pigeon is I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. At any point, if you need to come out of the pose to rest the body, please do. Each one of us is different. We want to work with the body, never overdo. Better to underdo. Here, if you like, you can round the spine, drop the head and neck, turn the palms of the hands upward for a few more breaths. I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. Then we'll inhale up, come back to neutral, uncross the legs, pause for a moment in Vajrasana, finding that inner stability and strength, a sense of stillness between the asanas. Very nice. We'll go to the other side. I'm going to turn my chair to the side just to show you that view. Sometimes it's helpful. So I'm fairly close to the front of my chair. I take my right ankle now and cross it over the left. And again, I'm really lengthening through the torso, kind of energetically lifting, versus collapsed. That's the point, right? Because I could do this easily. So I'm consciously not doing that, right? So I'm lifting and lengthening. I'm relaxing shoulders down from the ears. Already I'm strengthening my body. I'm already strengthening my back muscles. And here again, I can feel quite an opening, a lot happening for me here. I tend to store tension there. So I do this every day probably. I feel it every time. I lift and lengthen, palms of the hands together on the calf, and then I just take my time, and as I feel to, I'll begin to come forward with my body. And that increases the stretch through here. Hands are here. And over time, we get to really understand our own edge with something. And in the beginning especially, it's always better to do less and let the body relax into more. And what I find is, I've just developed a relationship with my body of trust. I'm still practicing it, but my body, I know the difference now. It trusts me more. It really used to be tight because I had a tendency to push and overdo. So my body had to stay tense to protect me. It doesn't have to as much. I won't say I never overdo. It's a practice. Okay, and so if you like, you can open the hands, relax the body, head and neck, mentally repeating, I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. And then we'll inhale up, uncross the legs, pause for a moment. Those pauses in between are as much a part of our yoga practice as the active phase of asana. Training ourselves to pause and find the strength and stillness within. Deep breath in and out. Very nice. Let's come up into standing and we'll practice Vajrasana, dancing Shiva. So we do this one a lot. It's very nice for stretching the front of the thighs. So we'll stand here. I'll stand first on my right leg and I'll bring my left foot back. Now, sometimes students will hold, let me show you here, they'll hold their pant leg. That's fine. You can do that. You could put a strap around the ankle as well if it's difficult to hold, to find the foot or find the ankle. So whatever allows you to get the base of this posture, and then your hand can stay on the chair or you can raise that up. So you find what you need for the pose. For me, every day really is different. And sometimes I vacillate between my hand off the chair, and then I'll bring it down for support. While I move through life, I remain anchored in my highest self. While I move through life, I remain anchored in my highest self. Very nice. Then we come out of the pose. So when I'm standing, whether I'm holding my chair or not, my leg's working. I can feel it strengthening for the balance. So we pause for a moment and then go to the other side. So pant leg or strap or ankle. Great. And then once that's stable, decide, am I going to keep my hand here? You take your time, like how balanced do I feel today? And just notice how the body is working, all the muscles working to keep you upright. Balancing on one leg, that's a lot of work actually for the body to do. Mentally affirming, while I move through life, I remain anchored in my highest self. So we're deepening our connection to an inner reality, the soul. While I move through life, I remain anchored in my highest self. Then we come out, you can hold the chair, pause in Tadasana. Relax the whole body as much as you can. The eyes can be open or closed. The gaze of the eyes lifted. Very nice. Okay, so here we'll practice triangle pose. And triangle pose is a wide stance, and I use the chair, the seat of the chair, for support. So if you have a mat, if you have chairs set up, just having them where you feel like you have enough. Let's see, I'm going to go this way first. So I will bring this chair over. Let me bring this over a little bit. Bring this down. That way. Okay, so nice wide stance. I turn the left foot out. And I want to make sure I can bend my knee to find out that I'm going to be able to reach that chair. So, yeah, I'm just looking at my student who's here, one of my students, yeah. Just to make sure you can reach it. Perfect. Okay, so the heel lines up with the instep. The left heel lines up with the instep of the right. I bend my knee a little bit. I bring my torso back to front, and then I straighten that leg. I inhale, arms up. Palms together and really reach to the sky. Nice length. And then hands to the front. Exhale down to shoulder height. Now, my left arm will come up as I tilt my hips and I go to the side as if I was trying to touch the wall. I'll go as far as my body's comfortable, and I'll bring that hand down to come onto the seat of the chair. I could be on my fingertips or the palm of my hand. My fingertips feel good for me today. So I'll do that. And then rotate the head to look up to the sky. Using the chair provides for my body a lot of stability, which helps rotating up and looking upward. I have more support for that. And then as I'm practicing, body's relaxing and I feel like, oh, okay, so now the palm of my hand is okay. Started on fingertips, and then the muscles relaxed a bit. We visualize ourselves in a waterfall of energy and joy. The affirmation is, energy and joy flood my body's cells. Joy descends to me. You feel yourself flooded with prana, revitalized on every level. To come out, we inhale up, arms come back to shoulder height, turn that foot in and exhale down. Pause for a moment. And we'll get ready to go to the other side. So I have a chair nearby. If you're using one chair, you can just move your chair to the other side. Legs are in a wide stance. And again, it always takes a little bit to set it up and get that right. Nice wide stance. Turn the right foot out this time. I walk it a little bit. Bend the knee. Come back to neutral. Straighten that leg. Inhale up. We'll move a little more quickly this time. Lengthen. Hands to the front, exhale down, inhale, and then that hand comes down and the other arm up. Each side is different, so this side I went right to the palm of the hand. Part of what we practice is just honoring the truth of the body today. Every day is different. Energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. As you repeat this mentally, see if you can visualize it. Sometimes I visualize the sound of a waterfall. Just this joyful exuberance. Energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. Inhale up, arms back to neutral. Turn that foot in and exhale down. Pause for a moment. We'll walk the feet in. Pause in Tadasana. This is standing mountain pose. Then we'll come into downward facing dog using the seat of the chair to support us. Adho Mukha Svanasana. So the way that I find this to be easiest is to have my hands on the chair first. And then I walk my feet back. Now you can bend your knees slightly if you like. We're coming into a position in which the ears are in alignment with the upper arms. There's a nice stretch for the back of the legs. It extends through the back, the spine. The head is just slightly lower than the heart. So simple inversion. Deep, full breaths in and out. The affirmation is calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. After that waterfall of energy and joy, a pool of serenity and calm within. To come out of the pose, we walk towards the chair, and then we'll come into a seat for Balasana to end. If you have a chair in front of you, you could have a pillow or bolster to support you in Balasana. You can use the chair. I'll show you that. So you can come right forward on your thighs, release the forehead, arms are down. Or you could have the arms out front. The legs could even be open a bit. Rest the forehead on the chair. It's a nice way to practice Balasana. Relax, surrender of the spine, of the body. I relax from outer involvement into my inner haven of peace. To come out of the pose, we inhale up. Bring the palms together at the heart center. Honoring once again that shining light of divinity within you. We'll close our class together by sending out this divine light as a blessing to all. Rubbing the hands together. Then we'll raise the hands and chant Om 3 times. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti. Okay, great souls. So good to be with you today. Wishing you a blessed day and beautiful